Sup boys, like I said I was gonna do another video soon. This time it is for true home invasion stories. Full credit to Dr. Horror, guys. We still have a Christmas tree up. It's only 2 days after. Let's get on to someone's home. I've seen this before, so
And you see my face. Oh! What the? Oh, no, that is, I don't see that.
Yeah, I have. That is awesome. Sorry, guys, for like the little greenness.
I had tried everything I could think of to make myself fall asleep that night. The next day was the first day of school, and also my first day of high school.
Oh,
I
God.
finally ended up dozing off, I'd guess around 1 a.m. or so.
We need
It
to
seemed
do what
only
we
like
think the
moments
person
later I was
was.
jarred awake
Yeah.
by a loud
At first, I was
Coming
scared
down
to
the hallway.
crap out of.
I glanced at the clock as I was
Yeah,
rising from my
he
bed
was
to check
scared
the noise
from this.
to see I had
Yeah,
almost
but I'm not.
I like one because of the pictures. It's just
the
hilarious.
noise seemed to be
I'm
coming
the
from my
brave
mom's
one of
room.
the two.
My
No,
parents
I
are
am.
divorced, and it was only her and
Look
I
at me
in the
cry
house,
already.
so
I bet you the guy was
imagine what kind of commotion
her
it could be.
ex-husband.
I knocked on her door
Right?
and said, "Mom," somewhat loudly. The loud noise I had heard from before
Most
had
idiot
stopped,
move of the year one goes to this
now was
boy.
replaced with a gurgling sound.
Guys,
I threw
you might
open
want
the
to
door
stop
and
this
turned on the
because
light.
this is about to get
The image
so.
I'm
You,
about to describe
you
freaking
get scared
in my
easily.
memory so strongly.
Disclaimer.
I'm gonna do the middle finger, guys. So
No.
yes,
See it every
screw
morning.
you, dude.
My mother was on the floor, bleeding profusely.
I
Tall and stocky,
bet you that guy was 6'10" or something.
Stop the video. Stop the video.
man
No, I'm not stopping.
was standing over her with a bloody knife in his hand.
We'll be right back.
Alright, Tyler.
What she said.
Breathing heavily, I looked down again quickly.
If that guy was after me and I had a knife, I would have stabbed him right in his ugly freaking mouth.
It's a mask that idiot. Well.
No,
I
it
turned and
isn't.
ran from the room
Oh yeah, it
as
actually
quickly as
is.
I could toward the front door and out it, making my way to my neighbor's house. I damn near beat down the door when I arrived, trying to get someone to open up as quickly as possible. The masked man was making long strides across my yard to where I was on my neighbor's porch, so I didn't have much
I
time.
think that means one.
Right as the man entered my neighbor's yard, the porch light fired on, and I heard the front door deadbolt being undone. I ran in and immediately screamed to call the police. My neighbor Cheryl had been the one to open the door, but her husband had met us in the living room soon after. She had caught a quick view of the man as I entered and slammed the door behind me, locking the two deadbolts.
I'm going to a hockey
and the
game
lock
tonight with
again.
my uncle and
They
my
didn't
2
hesitate
cousins
or
and my
ask
aunt,
questions.
and I'm
Cheryl
going
quickly grabbed her cell
with
phone
my
and dialed her number.
annoying
I ended up
older
talking to
brother,
the
not
person on the
Crowley,
phone
my other
and let
annoying
them
brother
know
and his
everything that had
girlfriend.
transpired.
But
Okay, yeah, I would say. Okay, no, that's a
Around 2
Yeah.
minutes
sausage.
later, multiple
Because
police cars
our
began to
parents
arrive,
wanted us to
followed
be
by
nice
2
to each other
ambulances.
at the vet.
The police entered my house, but didn't find the man. They rushed my mom to the hospital, where she had emergency surgery to try to repair the damage. She did survive the ordeal, but unfortunately, she now has brain damage due to what the doctor
last time I saw this, I think it was like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. That's the first time I saw this.
means lack of oxygen to the brain due to dramatic blood loss. I wasn't allowed to
Yeah, I
leave
guess
my
that's
house
cuss up.
while police and whoever else collected evidence. The man hasn't been caught to this day.
Good.
The case
That's
is
scary.
still open.
Hey, it's done now.
My favorite one's not on
My
yet.
parents had gone out of state to visit my grandparents, but I was taking a pretty rigorous course load and had exams and papers coming up. so I couldn't afford to miss the classes to go with
Wish
them.
I was about 10 more
I had never been allowed to stay home alone with both parents being gone for so long, never more than a couple of days, and my siblings were usually there. My parents would be gone for 9 days. Having always been a night owl, it was perfectly normal for me to be awake at odd hours, 2, 3 a.m., just as I was on this night in question. I was sitting in my bed texting a good friend of mine, also a night owl, and browsing the internet, when our 3 Labradors started barking like crazy. My family lived on 10 acres in the middle of nowhere, Tennessee, in a pretty wooded area, so I assumed they had just seen a deer or a raccoon or something. The dogs quieted down, so I didn't think anything of it for about 5 minutes. Then I hear what sounds almost like the window in the bedroom below mine opening. I think to myself, silly, you're just tired and psyching yourself out. That lasted for just a moment because I heard footsteps coming up the stairs. The stairs were directly next to my room, with the stairwell opening up right next to the door of my bedroom. I reached over to my door, not making a sound, and locked it. Afraid to make a sound, I asked the friend I had been texting to call 911. My bedroom was near the living room and kitchen, so I could hear this intruder trashing the kitchen, pulling open drawers, cabinets, tearing open a trash bag, and emptying it onto the floor.
I bet you he killed
The 911
dogs.
operators called my cell phone, but I was too afraid to answer. Thankfully, my friend stayed on the line with them, and we answered all of their questions through him. I could hear the rustling slow down as the creeper moved a bit further from me into the living room. I hear steps retreat down the stairs again, and then silence. No dogs barking, no window opening. It must have been left open for the duration of this. About 40 minutes of sitting not alone, scared, crying, after the initial 911 call, the police finally arrived.
Really? What's
They
this
tapped on my
about?
bedroom window, which scared the crap out of me. I walked to the front door to let them in. A detail that concerns me most about letting the police in when I did. The security alarm started blaring. It had been armed the entire time. Another odd detail, the window that I heard open was the only entrance to the house that didn't have an alarm sensor. It had recently fallen off because of the weak
This is
adhesive.
not scary.
Nothing was taken, just sorted through. And a few days later, one of the neighbors called the police out for a similar incident. Truthfully, I don't know why my parents left me home alone, because there had been a string of break-ins in the relative area in the weeks before. To my knowledge, there was never an arrest made in any of the cases.
That guy's good.
Last summer, I came home to visit my parents and siblings.
I'll be
I
right
usually
back,
spend my
guys.
summers working for my university.
Can you pause it?
Yeah.
I hate you.
I'm not letting you miss any of this. I really get scared.
First these
I'm not gonna get
so I was really eager to get away from all that.
Oh,
Spend a relaxing few months
sorry,
at
guys.
home. My parents' house was in a decent neighborhood. Never had there been an instance of burglary or home invasions. It was a pretty quiet suburbia. I would even venture to say boring on some accounts. Anyway, last summer, the air conditioning was broken at our house, and my dad was going to have a repairman come by and check it out around 2 p.m., and he would leave work early to meet him. My mom and sisters were off to work and school, so I was at the house by myself.
You
My room was
idiot.
upstairs. I took a nap and woke up to the sound of a door slamming at around 1:30. I didn't think anything of it because I thought it was my dad meeting the repairman a little early. I decided I'd go and join them to see what the damage was. I was eager to get the AC back because summers in Texas are awful. When I got to the second floor landing, I noticed something was off right away. It was dead silent. I heard my dad's gun cabinet open, the place where he kept his most prized guns. I thought it was strange, but my dad did love to chat and show off his things. I honestly had no clue what was going on.
I have
And
not
then
been
my
to
cell phone
speaking
rang in the
about a week
bathroom
or
next
two
to my
now.
room. I was keeping it in there
I'm
to
surprised
charge
how much
because the
stuff
outlet
changed
in
in
my
about a
room was
week.
broken. It was my dad. He was calling to let me know that the repairman was coming at 3 instead of 2. Now, I've read where people talk about going cold all over when they're afraid. But at that exact moment, I felt like I was about to throw up everywhere. I was so scared. Because whoever was downstairs was not my dad, and it apparently wasn't the repairman. I locked myself in the bathroom and told him what was going on. He promptly told me to call the police, and I did. The operator stayed on the line with me and said the officers that would arrive had a safe word they would tell me to assure it was actually them. I sat in the dark bathroom for what seemed like ages, my heart racing. Finally, there was a soft knock on the door. The man said it was the police and gave me the safe word. And I quickly ran out to meet them, almost hyperventilating. And in a flash, all of the police officers were training their guns on me. I held my hands up, freaking out, but they ushered me away from the door quickly. I didn't have time to ask questions because the
This is
officer
hilarious, guys.
was a man, dressed all in black, clutching a knife. He was staring right at me. He was there the entire time.
Idiot! Where did he kill her dad?
One night, my grandparents were hosting a party. Neighbors and friends came. The party went on late into the night. Two of the guests, a husband and wife, decided to leave early as they were planning on having people over the next day to celebrate the wife's birthday. The couple goes home, and the party continues. The next day, the family of this couple shows up for the planned celebration and finds them dead, shot multiple times in a brutal home invasion. Obviously, their family and the entire neighborhood were completely devastated and terrified by this discovery. Months later, their murder is linked to several others that have occurred throughout the year, in which the victims were shot with a .22 caliber pistol. Fortunately, one of the creeps committing these crimes wasn't very bright and gets caught and arrested while attempting to use their last victim's credit card. Investigation ensues, and two men, who are brothers, confess and are charged with the murder of my grandparents' neighbors, as well as 8 other people. That story alone is terrifying, but the creepiest part for me is what my grandparents learned while attending the trial of these 2 disgusting individuals. They confessed that my grandparents, not their neighbors, were their intended target, having the largest and most secluded home in the neighborhood. The brothers had been to my grandparents' house previously. They had watched them and decided to come back on that night to carry out their plan, not expecting them to be having a party. That night of the party, they stood outside my grandparents' house, watching and waiting for everyone to leave. Apparently, they got tired of this and seized their opportunity when they saw my grandparents' neighbors leaving the party early and walking home on foot, and decided to follow them instead. There could be no better ending to this story than those 2 creeps rotting in jail, and I am happy to relay that this is exactly what happened to them.
Oh wow, that was long. Alright, so guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. Well, yeah. Well, for today, like I said, please have prayers for my cat Diamond. Don't know when my mom and dad are gonna be home. My mom should. If my cat wouldn't, if Diamond wouldn't have gone to the vet, that my mom would have been in the shower by now, probably. But please have prayers, guys. See you tomorrow. Hope you have a good Sunday, and Hopefully, let's do some good NFL scores today. All right? Bye, guys.